But it's time to show off my party. Let's fight some monsters. We're gonna fight some of the difficult monsters. I've already been farming some of these. I know what I'm doing. So let's go into the Area Conquest. We'll start there. We'll start with Strato Avis. Strato Avis is obviously one of the weakest ones. In order to get Strato Avis unlocked, you need to capture at least one of every Fiend and Besaid. For doing it, you get 99 stamina tonics. Let's head in. Let's just head in. You don't particularly need anything on defense against Strato Avis. You're pretty much fine. Just levels. That's pretty much what you need. You need stats. And I have stats. So let's head into Strato Avis. You don't need really anything. It's a giant zoo, and like a zoo, it will kind of glow its wings and then hit you with something that takes away 15/16 of your health. That's the big thing to look out for. Counterattack, evading counter, very nice. Outside of that, you should be good. Let's take it on. I'm more than good. Yeah, I do max damage. Literally max damage. 99,999 damage with a normal hit. With an absolutely normal hit. And I can see that I'm going to get enough turns that Strato Avis is never going to get a turn here. Because I can do math. And down he goes. So a little kind of factoid about that. If you actually kill him up in the air, if you do enough damage, I should say, to kill him while he's up in the air, he survives with 1 HP and lands. So you'll always have to hit him again. Down he goes. Seems fitting that Waka would do it. And that is one of the area creations down. Not difficult, I would say, if you're high enough level. If you're not high enough level, then of course it's going to be difficult. Ooh, dark matter. Good. I do need it. The other thing it can drop are amulets, which I think we have seen before. I also got a Virtuoso out of that. Let's take a look at the Virtuoso. What does that actually do? So, Waka. Virtuoso. Magic plus. Yeah, it'll drop Magic plus on the weapon, HP plus on the armor. And to be honest, that's not bad, but if it doesn't break damage limit, useless to me. A lot of this stuff is now kind of just useless to me. This is not. Once again, thank you, Don Tonberry. Death, Stone, Slow, and Sleep Strike on one weapon. I think is awesome, but not nearly as useful right now as break damage limit to me. So, what am I gonna do? So those are the things that you can get from it. If you bribe it, I should talk about bribes, shouldn't I? Let's see here. If you bribe it, it will give you... No, you can't bribe it. Sorry, no bribes. Nothing. But you can get dark matter, which is nice. If you steal, you get smoke bombs and stamina springs. I might steal from it later. But for now, I need to make sure I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I think I got my strategy together, because this is one of the toughest ones. Did I get my everything back? I don't think I ever got hit, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll do it anyway. We're gonna take on one of the tougher Area Conquest creations here, Marlboro Menace. This guy, doesn't matter what stats you are, you need to be prepared. I recommend that you have a character with First Strike. Orin has that on a Celestial Weapon, so it works out quite nicely. And I recommend you don't have Yuna in the party. In order to unlock Marlboro Menace, you have to capture at least one of every fiend in Kilika. And then you get 99 Poison Fangs for your trouble. Marlboro Menace. It's time. Yeah, you will always be ambushed by Marlboro Menace. And it's going to start with Putrid Breath. Putrid Breath does more than bad breath. Putrid Breath does Silence for 8 turns, Darkness for 8 turns, Slow, Poison, and Confusion. Confusion is the biggest one for me. Tidus is immune to it because he's got Ribbon, but I'm still going to counteract this the way in case you don't have ribbon, because ribbon's hard to get. It's hard to get ribbon. So I'm going to show off how you can avoid that. That would involve Yuna. Bringing Yuna in to get the first turn. Let's summon. Doesn't really matter who. So we'll bring in Valifor. How you doing, buddy? You're gonna be a sacrificial lamb for me. Sonic Wings! It's not gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Go, Valifor! I have not been working on Valifor. What? Gastric Juice Blast! Putrid Breath also stopped. Valifor's stats are clearly related to Yuna's stats as a result of that. Alright, so you got your turn. Let's go ahead and dismiss you. Away you go. I did not expect max damage from Valifor there. Bye, Valifor! Alright, now we get a ton of turns. That's just the way it works. We had to go through the first turn because we had to avoid Putrid Breath. I will say that the Mega Gastric Juice, what the Malboro tried to do was inflict full break on you. So, easily avoided. Now we can go through and, you know, win. Kick you out. Bring Auron in. Auron. I think one more. There we go. Down you go. So that's the strategy for avoiding Putrid Breath. It does it on the first turn, so you are going to want to avoid that. I recommend bringing in a summon. It doesn't have to be as powerful as my summon, but it does help. We got mana tonics for our trouble. All right, and a fairy bangle. I'll probably want to do some farming on you to try to get some of the armor abilities and some of the weapons abilities. Mostly armor, though. We'll have to check to see what that does. 4 mana tonics, though. Very nice. So let's take a look at what that does for me. It was on Lulu, because a lot of this stuff is really important. Poison proof, stone proof, silence proof. There are better things. Poison, stone, and silence. But the stone is nice. It'll let me get rid of the savior bangle. I'll go ahead and sell that, get some money. But she's also got, you know, the black ribbon, which is better for me. She's gotten a few things. Yeah, she's pretty good on defense, but we'll work on her a little bit more later. So that is the Malboro Menace down. Oh, sorry, before I go, no bribes. The steals are remedies that are common in mana springs that are rare, in case you want mana springs. All right, ready to take on the next one? We have seen this one before, but I've always used overdrives before. I'm not going to do that today. We're going to take on Kodos. Kodos is pretty easy, at least compared to the Malboro Menace. Kodos is easy. In order to unlock Kodos, you need to capture one of every fiend in the Mi'ihen High Road. For doing that, you get 99 Soul Springs. So, there you go. Not too difficult. Let's head in. So Kodos does always start in the counter. Just always starts that way. Nothing really you can do. The real difficult part is that he's always countering. So you kind of need the Auto Phoenix or some similar thing at the lower levels. At my level, I don't. You cannot bribe Kodos. Yeah, it doesn't even do half damage. He's not that strong. You cannot bribe him. Steals. Actually, I should probably start doing some of those steals. Try to get some money. I'll nab some gil. Attack and steal at the same time. We'll see what I get. He's out of money. He doesn't have any money for me. The common steal is Stamina Springs. The rare steal is Soul Springs. Let's hit him some more. And hit him again. And hit him one last time. Because down he goes. It's real easy when you do 100,000 damage. It's real easy to do the math. In terms of what he drops, the common drop is Those healing springs. All right, I got 40 of them right off the bat. That's why turning those into the spheres works out really well. If you turn them into the power spheres or the mana spheres, because he drops 40 healing springs. In terms of the armor, it's going to be HP up. The weapons turn into counterattack, evading counter, and magic counter. So he drops some nice stuff. He's also pretty easy to take down once you have the levels that you need. So Kodos, not too difficult, very useful, as it turns out. I think we're just ready to take on the next one. Let's fight again. We'll take on a Curl Regina. We'll go with that, like it's in Canada. The Curl Regina. Let's go for it. 6,000. In order for this one to unlock, you do have to kill one of everything in the Mushroom Rock Road. For unlocking it, you get 99 Candles of Life. And it's a Curl, as you might suspect. The big problem with the Curl Regina is that it does inflict Confuse, Doom, and Curse on the party. It also has a move called Hyper Blaster, which will inflict death, even if you have death proof, because Hyper Blaster doesn't care about your death immunity. So that's the only things that you really need to work out for. Remember, death in this game is not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy to bring people back. So it's not that big of a deal to take this out. It's also got not that much HP. So once you get enough agility and enough damage, should be relatively easy to take out the Curl Regina. Actually, I think it's just this last one here. Yep, that's it. Oh, auto haste. You're so nice for me. There we go. 6 shining gems. All right. Once again, no bribe. I will say that shining gems are the common drop. All the rare drops are the dark matter. That's how you farm dark matter. It sucks sometimes. In terms of steals, you get Farplane Winds commonly, Blessed Gems rarely. In terms of the equipment, I'll go over the armor because the armor is better in my opinion. It always has death proof, and then it can have dark proof, silence proof, sleep proof, poison proof, stone proof, zombie proof, and slow proof. That's a lot of proofs. The weapons, not as good, but I'll take it. You might recognize that name, Ascalon. It's because it's got something that we have seen before. Let's take a look at what it dropped for me. Which one is it? What's these? Oh, yeah. Look at all that. Oh, so good. Ascalon. Double AP. It can also drop Death Strike. So the double AP, not that great. I've got better stuff. The Death Strike, somewhat useful, but most things are immune to it at this point. At least the things that I want to kill.